I asked a couple people, but the biggest one that kind of solidified it in my mind was not the one that's in the movies, Alex, but his brother. I believe his name is Steve or Steven.
Yeah, Stephen boy.
I think he's the older brother.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's played.
They're both decently old.
They're old dudes. Well, there was a conference for homeschoolers and stuff in the area that we lived in, and he was there speaking at it. And then he had people coming in, and I think it was actually I think it was actually a line where you can come through and get pictures taken with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I chose to wait in line because I wanted to ask him a question.
Mm-hmm.
I was taking
it's interesting. I don't remember this.
I was taking very seriously this idea of like, what should I do? Should I go to school for filmmaking? You know, because I already asked other people. I already gone to that course, I think.
Yeah.
I went to Indianapolis for a week to do a video course at a school. I think it was called Verity Institute. They had like a week course on filmmaking, and I learned a few basics. That was when I was still in high school. And then I went to this thing, and I was like, from what I've talked with people, they're like, I don't know if school is that important. I don't know if school is necessarily the best avenue for people who want to get into filmmaking. It's more, especially indie filmmaking and people that are going to create their own way. You should just do stuff and learn while you do and create a portfolio, meet people, go about it that way.
Yeah.
And so I was waiting in line to get a picture with him, but I didn't care about the picture. I wanted to ask this guy a question who's made...
Did you ever get a picture?
Not with him.
Okay.
I wanted to ask this guy who's made, in the Christian world, and even in general, you know, the Courageous and Fireproof, those are pretty big films.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask this guy who directed those, him and his brother, should I go to school for filmmaking?
Mm-hmm. What was his answer?
He said no.
Okay. Is that all? He didn't go into it?
He said, I didn't do filmmaking, and granted, I've gotten into filmmaking as an interest, not at first a career, because he was a pastor at a church.
Mm-hmm.
But he said there's as long as you're persistent and you don't expect people to create ways for you, but you want to be successful and create your own way, you don't need to go to school.
Yeah.
And I struggled a bit with that idea of I need to have something, you know. I need my resume to look like I had some kind of education except for high school. So I took that advice and I didn't go to Pensacola. I said, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do something cheaper, more affordable, so I'm not in debt, and I'm going to do it because people that have seen success in this field have instructed me otherwise. So I went to a community college in the next town over from where we grew, well, in South Carolina where our parents lived, and I went there for a year and did a course called Teleproductions, which was like basics of media. I learned a few new things. I already had learned a few things they were teaching, but it was a whole year. I went to school for a year. I graduated from that program, and I got a certificate of employment pretty much.